Okay, this will be a challenge. See how we go. We've done a couple of these before, or similar, or at least one we've done in this fashion. Gonna make it, this will be a challenge. I've got to be careful not to break the glass on the copier with this. Gonna leave it on that. Okay, let's see what this is. It is Ho Chi Minh City. It's a cup, a coffee cup or a tea cup with Ho Chi Minh City, or a picture from Ho Chi Minh. So it's an interesting little piece. We're going to roll. We can't roll it like a normal roly-poly. We have to hold our hand on it and gently use the handle. So we're just going to do that. That's on an angle, but that'll make it look more interesting. Hopefully it'll turn out looking quite nice despite the angle. Ho Chi Minh City. Just another place I've never been to. I haven't been very many places, folks. I found this in a second-hand shop, and that's come up looking really quite a treat. So that looks really good. That looks really nice. I'm wondering if we're going to move it, or we're going to maybe put it on an angle and maybe enlarge a section out of it. But that looks brilliant. I wanted that archway incidentally. I don't know how big we're going to make it. Ho Chi Minh City. Just trying to remember, is it Vietnam? I'm not sure, my geography sucks. Ho Chi Minh City. Interesting. As I say, I haven't travelled very far. I'm not a very well travelled person. I just haven't had the opportunities to. I had opportunities, but I fucked up in my life, so I never got to see the world. I never got to get married, or my life's been a bit of a drag because I lost track of a loved one. His name's Luigi, and I'm trying to get my creative photocopier work out there on television in the hope that I'll find him, because I'm really feeling lonely without him. It really hurts being away from him, and it really kills that I'm unable to find him, and I just really need to get my life put back together again. I'm going to make it a movement piece. So I really miss this person. I really miss his love and his affection, and I really want to put what's left of my life back together. Whatever I can do to get back into having a life. It's really lonely being on your own when you were never designed to be single. And I have to compete with, unfortunately, the likes of coronavirus, because the coronavirus is the pick of the news channels when it comes to what gets airplay. And it's really difficult trying to compete with something like that when it's taken up all the news time and the air time and all that. It's really difficult trying to get your stuff out there. You know you can do it. I know I can do it, but I need help. I can't do everything on my own. There's only so much that self-promotion can do before it becomes useless. Like, social media on its own isn't going to help. It's too far underground. People are not going to watch my stuff unless it's presented straight in front of them, where they normally watch television, because television is what people typically like to watch, and basically trying to appeal to a mainstream audience entirely by social media is not going to work. It won't work. So I need the help of the TV people to be able to get my stuff out there. And I know Luigi is into photocopiers like I am, so he's going to enjoy seeing me out there on television land, and he's going to find me. So it's really difficult trying to compete with the big ticket items like coronavirus, and then when the summer starts to hot up, it's going to be the bushfires. So you can't win. It's awful. It's annoying. But basically, you got to somehow make a difference to this. You got to somehow do something to get the past put behind and focus on the future and what we can do, instead of thinking about what I did wrong when I was young and when Luigi and I had opportunities knocking. There's no such thing as opportunities knocking anymore. There's only hard knocks, and I feel that the coronavirus has just created another hard knock opportunity. Instead of opportunity knocking, it's hard knocks. It's really not an easy... I'm trying to think which one I'm going to work with. I like some of these. I'm wondering which one I'm going to use, because they all look like they've got promise, but they're not quite what I'm after. But basically, I'm just so over this whole coronavirus beat up. It's just too much. There's just too much of it to deal with. It's just too much coronavirus happenings, and everything else gets a back seat. I know death, disease, destruction, damage, all these D words are what the news channels thrive on, but they don't seem to know that a love story, something positive that could happen, is indeed something that could probably pull more ratings, but it's not established. It's not an establishment thing, and people these days tend to focus on doing things that are establishment or established. Basically, they don't want to try anything new or exciting because they're too frightened it's not going to work or it's going to fail. But my life's going to fail if I don't get your fucking help with to get my stuff out there. Sorry about the language at you TV channels. I do get quite easily exasperated with the status quo of things. It really is difficult dealing with all this negativity that's coming out on the screen. I've got to use my camera hand for this. So, I'm trying to get my work happening. I'm not a rich person. I haven't got unlimited resources like a lot of you rich people have. I don't have that sort of thing. So you got to bloody consider that I'm not a rich person. I'm a person with a disability or with disabilities, and basically people with disabilities don't typically have much money. So, you got to consider that because I'm disabled, I need your fucking help. more than someone that's got a job working in a highly paid job working in an office. I'm not one of those people. That looks interesting, but it looks lacking in something. But I'm trying my best, folks, to do something with my life. And this photocopier art is good because it stops me from focusing too much on my disabilities and think of what I'm talented at. But I can't do this on my own much longer. I wonder if we're going to take out some of that background. But basically I just haven't got the money to sort of throw around like you rich people might have. You know, you rich people are not as smart as I am, even though I'm disabled. You know, you fucking have cars, you got houses, you got mortgage, you know, and you got status. I don't have any fucking status, folks. Not even status. I don't have a belonging in this world. I'm a person with a disability, and I don't feel... It doesn't seem to matter how much I try my best as a disabled person. I don't get enough. I just can't seem to get anywhere with you folks. But it's the TV channels I should be appealing to, because they're the ones that can make or break. They can make or break what I do. I don't have the money or the assistance. I do get help with housework, I do get help with cooking, but I do this sort of shit on my own for some reason. You know, somehow I'm able to do it. And I'm trying to focus on what I'm good at, folks. I'm actually thinking that's getting a bit too low down there. So yeah, I'm trying my best to get my stuff out there. It's not easy, folks, trying to compete with able-bodied people who don't give a flying fuck anymore about what a disabled person can do. I really feel really annoyed at the world that I can't get a word in edgewise in this ableist world. It wasn't my fault that I had a cord around my neck and came out breech. Had the oxygen starved out of me, and somehow I managed to survive. I survived, folks. That's one thing you could say, that the stupid people in the delivery and responsible for delivering me, they should be held accountable for what happened. But I have to fucking well live with what they've done, except that they had fucked up my delivery. It was like, happy birthday, Daria Huddy. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daria. You nearly died of oxygen. You nearly... Oh, whatever. Sorry, that wasn't a very clever joke. But I try to keep my sense of humour, folks. But basically, I never had... I was... Basically, the odds were against me from the very get-go, folks. So, not happy with the people that should have been around to deliver me. But they weren't there. They weren't there to help. And my mum nearly could have died. She had her body ripped open because of this, because of what had happened. The delivery staff weren't there. They were celebrating New Year's Eve, I think my mum told me, and I was born on New Year's Day 1973 in the country of Guam, which is an American protectorate. So I've got one of the good things is I've got American citizenship, although I can't vote. I heard that people born off the American mainland, they don't have all the lurks and perks that you have when you're born on the mainland. So I can't vote if I wanted to live in the US, for example. I think there are other restrictions, but I can still travel to the US and I get benefits like that. So if I can find my future husband Luigi, I can go to America and use my dual citizenship. I got Australian citizenship from my parents being born on Australian soil. So yeah, very nice. But anyway, that looks really nice. I think that was worth it. I think now we can call this demo quits.